JH6, welcome back to the channel. So a couple of videos ago I talked about training, and I talked about how training is really expensive. I mean, we're talking about $500 for a class, a couple of $100 for ammo. We're talking about traveling costs. Next thing you know, you're spending over $1,000. But I also talked about how critical it is to have formal training. I got to tell you guys, having an instructor right there telling you what to do, how to do it, and how to do it better is extremely critical. You should always try to save a little bit of your money and try to get some formal training for sure. But I gotta tell you guys, if you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna put a link down below because I got a lot of good comments and a lot of guys were giving great ideas on how to train better for free. So check out the video, read the comments. One of the guys talked about rehearsing, and I gotta tell you guys, rehearsing is extremely critical. So I wanted to spend a little bit on that because rehearsing, like I said, I think is possibly one of the most important parts of training. Because a couple of things. First of all, rehearsing is going to allow you to identify things that you did good and things that you did bad. So that's really good. So now let's talk about things like a home defense plan. You're going to establish your home defense plan. You're going to establish what kind of gun you're going to get. You're going to establish what type of flashlight. You're going to establish, where you're going to have your fighting positions. You're going to establish things like if a bad guy kicks the door, where are your children? Are your children going to come to your room? Are you going to go to the room? I mean, you're going to establish many different things, and hopefully you talk to your family about that because your family need to be involved at 100% on this plan. Again, you can establish all that. Now, rehearsing is going to allow you to test that plan. You want to test the plan because, again, it's going to allow you to do two things. It's going to allow you to identify bad things, and it's going to allow you to identify good things. Now, good things, guys, if it's good, live the way it is. It's good. Don't be changing things that are good. Now, the bad things, typically, guys, when you identify bad things, there's going to be two consequences or two courses of actions. Something that came out bad could be easily fixed by changing a procedure, by changing the way you do things. That's typically the easy one because, look, doing this rehearsing training exercise, I found out that this is wrong, so I need to change it. Bam, you fix that, that's done, that's great. Then you're going to have a second choice or a second issue, which is typically has to be fixed with money. And typically that's what's going to take a little bit longer. A lot of guys identify things like, look, at nighttime, my house is really dark. So now I have to get better lighting. That could potentially cost a little bit of money. But again, by doing that rehearsing, training exercise, now you know that. Now you can save a little bit of your money and go ahead and fix that as soon as you can. Alright guys, so another thing that you're going to be able to identify with rehearsing is different courses of actions. Now, we all know that there's multiple ways to take care of business. We know that. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that rehearsing training. Again, we're talking about a home defense situation and find out different ways how to take care of that business, how to deal with that threat. Again, that's good because if plan A fails, now you got plan B. If plan B goes down, now you got a plan C. Again, you always gonna have to have a plan, guys. We tell in the Marine Corps that you adapt and overcome. If something happens, something goes totally wrong, you go to plan B. If plan B goes totally wrong, you go to plan C. So again, by doing this rehearsing training exercise, you may be able to identify different courses of actions to deal with a threat. Alright guys, so one last thing. When you do this training, rehearsing exercise, make sure you do it safe. Be very safe. You don't have to go 100% the first time. You could do it in different levels. You know, if we're talking about a home defense plan and you do a rehearsal or training exercise, you could do it from level 0, where you actually take your family and you do a walk. You show them exactly what to do, how to do it, just basic walk. So once they get that level, that rehearsal is good, then you could jump into the next one where you actually do a full-on training exercise where maybe you hire your neighbor or somebody to kick that front door or something, or to open that front door, and now you execute your rehearsal training exercise. So again, guys, you could do the training by different level. Don't go from 0 to 100 in about 2 seconds. Make sure you go from 0 to 1 to 2, nice and easy, so everyone understand. You want to make sure that everyone understand the training and what's going on, because if people don't really get it, if your family is not understanding what they gotta do, then you're wasting your time. Alright guys, like this video. If you like this type of video, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, and as always guys, God is in control.